Looks like the Meghan Markle business has had a few setbacks. First, they got refused the trademark to American Riviera Orchard, and now they're receiving massive backlash over her recent investment in Acesta Collective, which many are calling poverty corn. Oh, you know we got to break all this down. Welcome to Popcorn Palace. I am Andy Signor, and my goodness, I know a lot of you have already heard this story, but I wanted to give you my perspective, and I really want to talk about this backlash, which we have already talked about previously, but now it's really coming to a full. I don't know how her and the Sussex Squad are justifying this. With everything she does, the way she's exploiting those Rwanda women, it is sickening. But first, let's talk about this news because it's big. They're trying to downplay it, but it is such a boneheaded mistake. How do you, if you're the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle with Prince Harry, and you're launching a whole new like goop level place, how do you not get your name cleared before you announce it to the public? I mean, it's like insanity to me how ridiculous this is. Now, the other thing you could notice, you could argue as well, you need to put something out in the public to establish that the business exists so you can then trademark it, which is true. You can't just go steal someone's brand because they did it. You are allowed to go show that you did the brand first, therefore you own the trademark. If someone tries to come late and sort of steal your brand, that's not allowed. They do allow for opportunities to do it, but you still got teams and places that can help you ensure you do it. And it's not even like someone's trying to steal her trademark. No, this is so stupid. She was warned that businesses cannot trademark geographical locations. American Riviera is a nod to Santa Barbara, where Markle resides with her husband and the two children. The office said on Saturday, the addition of the word orchard does not diminish the primarily geographical descriptiveness of the applied mark. American Riviera is what's in question now. It added that since there is a location mentioned in the brand's name, a public association of the goods and service with the place is presumed. Markle's team considers the pushback routine and expected. Of course, they are saying that. It expects to respond in due course. But now they really are up against the wall to prove, well, how are we going to combat this? The government agency also warned that the product descriptions could fit into multiple trademark categories. They can't just own all trademarks for everything like they're trying to do. The document included screenshots of another Santa Barbara-based company using the term American Riviera to sell a candle, proving that the nickname is widely associated with the area. So I just want you to really understand what's happening here. She wants to own this term American Riviera, which is what's sort of a brand around Santa Barbara, where a lot of other companies and people have been making products and doing their little things. And now she wants to own the whole place, which I can't imagine if you live in Montecito or Santa Barbara area, you really are cool with her trying to trademark it. I go way back to the Fine brothers trying to trademark the word react on YouTube. They really wanted to own reacts on YouTube. They had a kids react show and they thought they could just get away with trademarking the term reacts. And then anybody who wants to react to videos would have to go through them. It was mind blowing. And the downfall was quick after. But you can't just trademark anything you want, Meghan. You can't. There's rules, thankfully. And they're now pushing back on her, which is good. Furthermore, the purchasing public would be likely to believe that the goods and services originate in the geographic place identified in the mark because the attached evidence shows the applicant's founder, i.e. Meghan Markle, resides there. So again, this is another big problem, whereas like, is all this stuff actually going to be made in the American Riviera Orchard in the Santa Barbara area? Because if she tries to outsource it, well, then there could be a lawsuit and problem later to say, well, the mark implies that she's the American Riviera supplier. Should she be? Is she going to be? A lot of questions. And again, just proves how bad this woman is at business. How did you not employ a team to help you? You can't keep a worker. That's what my guess is. But on top of that, to show how bad the business is, let's look at the next story. Her investment opportunity, Acesta Collective, where she's supporting women, guys, right? That's the narrative. No, super backlash for poverty corn. And I can't say it better than this TikToker did, which, by the way, props Georgie JX James. Bravo. Please hit me up. I don't know how to use TikTok. Otherwise I'd reach you there, but hit me up anywhere on, so Instagram's a good place, or Twitter, or you can try me on TikTok. I guess I'll look for your your answer, but bravo on what she posted. I want to share it with her words because she said it better than I can. Here's the problem with this weird handbag company that Meghan has where she is absolutely exploiting these Rwandan women.
I thought that we had collectively decided that Western women using African women as props to enhance their own image was inappropriate, but apparently we haven't. So for context, Meghan Markle has a splashy new piece in the New York Times about her latest investment in a sustainable handbag brand called Sesta Collective. Just based on this PR image alone, we have much to discuss. To give some background, Sesta Collective sells basket bags that are handwoven by a collective in Rwanda and finished in Italy. The two co-founders have expressed their desire to promote what they call purposeful purchasing, and they state that they pay the Rwandan collective 5 to 7 times the national average salary of Rwanda. According to the International Labour Organization, the national average monthly salary for a Rwandan employee is about 57,000 Rwandan francs. So that's about $43 or 33 British pounds a month. Paying this small group of ladies around £165 or $215 per month, which is less than half the cost of just one of these handbags. So we see the commercial endeavour here. Buy low labour costs in the global south and sell high in the west. Simple labour arbitrage, nothing remarkable or out of the ordinary. And that's where this analysis would have ended had I not come across this imagery in the New York Times promoting this brand, which is part of their marketing strategy to differentiate themselves from all of the other fashion brands buying low and selling high. Guys, images matter. Here we have two Western women sitting on a bench while the Rwandan women gaze up at them. It's inappropriate to use these women as a marketing tactic for your brand, especially when they're not full-time employees, nor do they have any ownership of your brand. This isn't a charity. You're not saving these women. You're doing what you're supposed to do, which is pay them a living wage so that they can support their family. Like, look at this copy. Yes, those of us who work have to support our families and eat, okay? And yes, the salary I receive for doing work will alleviate my financial concerns. I mean, duh, does that not work the same way here? These women should not be used cynically to make shopaholic Western women feel better for purchasing yet another handbag that they don't need. That's what we call poverty porn. And it's barely okay when charities do it. It's completely inappropriate when for-profit businesses do it. Cut it out.
Cut it out, indeed. I mean, Georgie, woohoo! Come on the show anytime. I'd love to hear more of your rants. You can find her over there on TikTok. That's her account. I want to plug her properly since I played the video, but my goodness. I mean, that's a roast. She's spot on. I hadn't even seen this ad by Sesta. The Sesta artisan has the builder, the Rwandan woman, the artisan has 5+ defendants, is the primary breadwinner of her family. Her work allows for the family to purchase livestock, fund education, and alleviate poverty in rural communities. You mean you're paying her? You're paying her for a job she's doing. What is this? Now, it is crazy because they only get paid if they make the baskets. And as this eloquently said, as Georgie said really well, these women who are looking down and literally have their lives in their hand, they don't have any stake in this company. They're not founders. They don't get a piece of this no matter what, even though it's their designs and their bags that hold up the whole thing. No, these two Western white women come in, notice these Rwandan women. Hey, we can exploit them and we can sell their bags for way more. And we only have to pay them a little bit more than they actually make. And everyone's going to be happy. This is the business model, Meghan? This is the helping others? This is the show up and do good? Really? This is such a bad look. This is such a bad look. And I can't believe Meghan Markle, again, all about the ending of racism and everything else, thinks this is the way. Because I'm totally with Georgie on this. This is offensive. It is offensive. Sure, you're paying them slightly better than they would make, but you're still exploiting them and you're using them as marketing materials. See how important our bags are? Then pay them more. If they're going to be your talent, do you know how much the Verizon guy got paid to be the face of Verizon? Do you know how much Flo gets to be the face of Progressive? People get paid to be the face of marketing. If they're the brand and you're going to show them off like, hey, you got to pay them. You got to put them, if they're, look at these handbags made by these Rwandan women. But they're our workers and they're not going to really get paid extra. But we're going to use them and exploit them for our financial gain to sell really overexpensive handbags that nobody can really afford, nor should they. That's the problem here. And Georgie put it so eloquently. Bravo. She is spot on the money. This is poverty porn. It is what it is. It is. And Meghan, you're exploiting these people. You've now thought this was a good idea. I'm helping. No, you're not. You're not helping. You're exploiting them. You're exploiting them. Sure. Some artisans are getting work, but they're still now employees. They don't have stake in the business. Why can't they have stake in the business? Why couldn't you find someone there to run it? Who are these two women who got, so they had the idea to exploit the women. Great. You're women. That's all that matters. I mean, you're just showing up and doing good. That's what you're doing. No, she uses people. That's what she does. And now she's found 2 more partners to do the same thing, to show up, use them to exploit them, to not pay them more, but to use them and their plights to help hers, to make sure she can afford the fancy outfits, the trips, and the speaking engagements. What are you actually doing for these people? We're supposed to give you credit for giving Rwandan women jobs? Like, oh, bravo. Oh, now they can buy food for their families. I mean, come on. If you're going to put them in the marketing, you better pay them even more, because that's not part of their job description, I bet. Do they have an HR plan? Like, what's going on over there? I'd love to get more information on how these employees are actually treated. Is this really showing up and doing good? Or are you using them to sell overly expensive handbags? That's what I'd like to know. So look, bad business. This is bad business. This is not a good look for her upcoming brands and investments. And then the one thing that she's supposedly going to be all about trying to work, she didn't get a trademark for. Will she even be able to get one? Will she have to rename the whole thing? We shall see. I'm getting so excited to follow all this. It's hard to start a business, Meghan. You can't just get everything you want. You think you should. You're not gonna. These jellies are gonna be overpriced nonsense, and you want to own the whole area you're in. I just find this all so offensive, overreaching, disgusting. Enough. Go put some actual work in. Go get your hands dirty and do real work for a change. My God, could she ever? No way. Hit the subscribe, hit the bell for all alerts so you get part of our notification squad. When you get the notifications, smash the thumbs up like I just showed you, and leave a comment. All that engagement helps get the word out. And please get the word out on this one. I got a lot more to report on. We will be back. Thank you guys so much for watching here. Oh, I already hit that. Subscribed again. But stay tuned. We'll be live over on Planet in a little bit, so I hope to see you there. Come hang out with us. Stay tuned here, and we got more hopping on Palace you're not going to miss.